morning, all. I'm Epstein with your morning flash update, and this update is for the morning, as we're sitting here now on Tuesday, the 25th of June, 2024, and the time right now, just after 8:20 a.m. Central Time. So before we get to all this, we do have data today to look at, and here we go. You've got the Chicago Federal Reserve May National Activity Index. That came in an improvement, plus 0.18, and they revised the prior to down 0.26 from down 0.23. So this is a pretty radical shift that we saw. We'll see if it can hold up in the next report. A Redbook weekly retail sales, both under 6%. So this is the first time, if you go back and you look at it, that you've been doing this. So this is now showing the slowdown in consumer spending. It is definitely showing up in this report. In the Case-Shiller 20 Metro home prices, they don't stop. For April, year over year, up 7%. Month over month, you were up 1.4%. In a few minutes' time, we'll get the Richmond Fed, their monthly manufacturing sector index. Then we're going to get the Conference Board, U.S. Consumer Confidence, and this afternoon, the API report. But you know, this is all leading up to a couple of events. What are those events? Well, the big event is obviously for the week going to be the presidential debate on Thursday to see just how these two hold up, their age, what they look like, how spry they are. We'll find that out. The second thing is you're waiting for the PCE numbers on Friday. So all this is jockeying back and forth, as I like to call it, to see where we might go. What's evident today is the correction that was happening in the S&P and the NASDAQ. You're getting a bounce finally, and the other markets, the Dow and the Russell, which had been rallying, are now starting to break down. The gold market's still having trouble getting up and holding over the 2350 area. I wouldn't want to see prices get much under the 2329 zone. That could be a problem for the market, and say it wants to go even lower. The dollar index holding up relatively well, up 21 points as most of the currencies back off, and the yen continues to be pushed to these lows where the trade is going to press the Bank of Japan to do something big if they want to stop the yen from accelerating under the 160 level. There's talk that the bank is even considering making the July meeting live for an interest rate hike. And the original plan, this at least in the news, that was for how you curtail the bond buying. They're thinking of doing a bigger number. So they see the problem. I don't think they want the yen to get out of control, and anything under 160 seems to me that it would be. In the grain markets, we saw yesterday's crop numbers come out, the crop progress reports. And while the excellent areas were down, they weren't down markedly. And now I'm watching right now, I'm in Chicago, and they've just delayed at O'Hare all incoming flights until about 10 or 11 this morning. And the reason is severe storms that we're getting, lots of rain coming through the area. And that's not going to hurt the crops, all right? I mean, it will hurt those in Iowa and areas that were flooded out, but other areas, no. So you're not getting to the point where the ground, if you will, is drought-like. Could we get too much rain? Sure, but we're going to get heat right behind it and with it, and we're going to get these summer showers for a while. So we'll see how the crops do, but the market is saying what I am. You didn't do any real damage to it. Watching sugar having trouble against the 20 level. Gasoline trying to come back up here a little bit into the 251 area. Maybe going to test the president, see if he will release the gasoline numbers. The driving season, you know that, for July 4th is underway right now. And with that underway, there's demand coming in there. And we're watching the energy markets just sort of stall a little bit. Bitcoin back up $2,000. The market's come down off the 73,000 level into the 59, 58,000 level, getting a little bounce. So it's an interesting time, but I wish I could tell you there's definitive trends that have picked up and locked in. They really haven't. This is sort of a market that's doing this and that, and I think that's how you pay attention to it over the next 24 to 48 hours. In the meantime, I'm Ira Epstein. I'll catch up with you all at the end of the day market wrap-ups. Have a great trading day.